शांति। I am in the present moment. I am fully alive. I am a peaceful being. Peace, joy, happiness is my real nature. Everything else is mind identification. I let go of all the things which I have identified myself with. उन सब बातों को धीरे धीरे मैं हटाता हूँ जहाँ मैंने अपनी आइडेंटिटी को ढूंढना चाहा है, अपने आप को ढूंढना चाहा है। I am just this moment. I am a soul being. And my life is happening right now in the present. And my real life is how I feel inside. I don't wait to be happy. I let go of all these illusions that something will happen in future and then I will be happy. No, I am happy right now. I enjoy all the little deeds, whatever work I am doing it with happiness, with joy, by being in the present, being Karam Yogi. I am a blissful soul. Om Shanti. So how is everyone? And I believe we all are practicing and understanding the depth of being in the present. And this is like completely different thing which we have learned earlier. And we are trying to understand the more depth of how actually we can stay conscious, how actually we can stay present, and how actually I can do the grounding work. Grounding work, you understand? Grounding work means, if something is not at the center, then what we do, we try to bring it to the center. So throughout the day, something or the other will happen, like author said yesterday, that keep asking yourself, keep checking yourself that am I at ease? Am I happy? Am I joyful? If not, then you are not really in the present. And in the present, there can never be a problem, just challenges, and stop saying my life is full of problems. Just few things. Maybe I need to accept those, or I need to work on it right now, or I need to work later. It's as simple as that. It's not more complicated than that, and this is actually true. If you ask me, when I started practicing, I started practicing minimalism. इसका हिंदी अभी सीखा है मैंने, अपरिग्रह बोलते हैं. So minimalism means माइंड में कुछ भी एक्स्ट्रा नहीं रखना है. Nothing extra. Not of the past, not of the future. And when I started doing this, all those things which were not really necessary, remembering everyone's birthday or thinking about the things 5 years ago, this happened, that memory started going away. And what good thing happened is that there was a space in my mind for creativity, for peace, for joy. And this gave me the power to be more creative, to do more, to be able to handle more and more things, still being peaceful. And slowly the neuropathways, neuroplasticity happened throughout the brain. And if you ask me, most of the time, the automatic thought is, I am peaceful. Nobody can fluctuate me. It is my responsibility. And even if I have to do 100 of the things, I can still choose what is more important, then can choose what is the number two priority and then act accordingly. Everything has become so automatic and everything goes so smoothly that every one of us has to experience this. So author said yesterday that please don't say you have many problems, just few things. I need to work on that, and if I can't work on that, I need to be peaceful if I can't do much about it, right? So let's move ahead. And the good thing is we have completed chapter 3. And how many chapters this has? I think this has, okay, 10 chapters it has. So I believe within 25 days or maximum 30 days, uh, we will cover it. So 20 more days. So um, this is very good. We are going at a good speed because this book is little, not so easy. I will not say difficult. Again, author says don't say anything is difficult. So, uh, but we are going at a very good speed considering this book. So, very happy. And we are going to share today that next book, what is going to be the next book. So that you can purchase it, have a physical book in your hand, and prepare yourself. Okay, this is what I'm going to do next. Okay. And after the session, we will keep the feedback uh, session. I mean, we will open the group for everyone to share their feedback. So in the group, English reading book, so you can share what you like and what you want better, what you want to do. So please try to reply. Please try to express in that so that everyone can understand. There are many people who are not joining from the group, right? So they will get the energy, they will get the inspiration, they will get the idea that okay, also this is all going on, so I also have to do that, right? So chapter 4 says mind strategies for avoiding the now. How mind avoids the being in the now. Loss of now, the core delusion. Delusion, you understand? Delusion means little deviated from the reality. What is reality? What should be the reality? How I have to see the things? What should be my perspective about the life? It gets deviated. And author has talked at very uh, detail about what is happening with the world right now. So let's just dive into it. So the seeker says, even if I completely accept that ultimately time is an illusion, what difference it is going to make in my life? I still have to live in a world that is completely dominated by time. That's so true, right? Intellectual agreement is just another belief and won't make much difference to your life. To realize this truth, you need to live it. Just saying that, okay, time is an illusion, this is not going to help. So what we have to do, we need to live it. When every cell of your body is so present that it feels vibrant with life, and when you can feel that life every moment as the joy of being, then it can be said that you are free of time. The author says when every cell of your body is so present that it feels vibrant with life, and when you can feel that life every moment as the joy of being, then it can be said that you are free of time. So just not saying like any other thing, we say baat to sahi hai, but baat to sahi hai, but we have to practice it. So how to practice it? Being in the present and feeling I am so in the present. And being in the present has many layers also. First thing what we are doing is practicing being in the present by which we are saying that I am peaceful, I am here, and there are life situations that is different. The life is what I'm feeling is underneath the life situation. I'm very calm, I'm very peaceful, I am an observer, I am not a thinker, I am a soul. And then slowly taking your consciousness that I belong to the Supreme Soul. I belong to God. We call him Shiv Baba. So understanding that I am connected to God, that is being in the present. When we feel that I am a soul, a light, point of light, and God is also point of light, and I'm very close to him. That is the ultimate level of being present when you have no um, feeling of time, space, place, nothing of this world. And that is when we start healing ourselves. That is when our habits, our sanskars starts to change. That is when the real neuroplasticity happens. There is a research, whatever we listen, whatever we hear throughout the day, when neuroplasticity happens, when we sleep, which means when we are in the alpha or theta or delta waves, when mind is in those waves, when we are silent, then healing happens. Then the neuroplasticity, thought process changes, actions, habits changes. So let me add this layer to it. When we are totally in the present, we do the neuroplasticity. And when we are connected to God, we do the neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity happens automatically. The new pathways will start to build up, and old ways, old thinking patterns, old perspective starts to fade away. That's how we will be peaceful. That's how we will be powerful, loveful, compassionate, and conscious. So every cell, I have to feel that I am a joyful being. I am in the present, and this life, this vibrancy, this healing power is radiating to each and every cell of my body, and I'm healing myself. Then only we will be free of time. Then only we will start seeing life at a different level, and you know that is just like uh, the author is saying, that is the true enlightenment, right? So Seeker says, but I still have to pay the bills tomorrow, and I'm still going to grow old and die just like everybody else. So how can I ever say that I am free of time? I have to do the everyday task. Tomorrow's bills are not the problem. The dissolution of the physical body is not a problem. Loss of now is the problem, or rather, the core delusion that turns a mere situation, event, or emotion into a personal problem and into suffering. Loss of now is loss of pain. Tomorrow, what I have to do is never a problem. Even if I die, I leave this body is not a problem. The problem is when we make this a bigger issue, when we lose the now. You remember? Have you seen this movie, Anand? Bollywood movie. Um, have you seen this movie? If you remember, can you remember? And Rajesh Khanna used to say this line, "क्या बाबू मोशाई जिंदगी बड़ी होनी चाहिए, लंबी नहीं." This is what we have to do. I remember I was counseling somebody who was a terminally ill. He was stage 4 cancer, and I used to tell him just this thing, that it's okay even if you have to leave after 6 months, a year, that's okay. But are you happy right now? Are you living right now, or you are already so fearful that you are not really living? So we have to add life to the ears, not ears to the life. This is what the author is trying to say, is that doesn't matter if if I if something happens and somebody leaves, even I leave, even something not going according to me. That's okay. Parts and parcel of life. But if you are not in the now, loss of now is loss of the being, which is you are not soul conscious. You're not joyful then. And if we are fearful, full of fear, full of negativity, then are we really living? You remember yesterday I said one poem, इतना तो जीना भी नहीं जितना तू मरता जा रहा है. So are we really living? We have to ask ourselves. So I have to do everything, but don't let the now goes. Don't let the being, don't lose the being, right? To be free of time is to be free of the psychological need of past for your identity and future for your fulfillment. To be free of time is to be free of the psychological need of past for your identity. You remember? I am this year old. I am supposed to be that. I am this. I have this degree. I should be earning this much. I am this. I've got married. I should have this much respect. I should have this much money. All those burdens. We need to be free of all that. And future for your fulfillment. This is not part of my identity. Whatever I was before um, 2nd of May 2024, it was there. I have experienced, but anything which has happened before that cannot really define me. I define myself today. I bring the change I want to have in my life today. So I do not associate myself with my past. I am not my past. I'm not my mistakes. I am not my failures. It represents the most profound transformation of consciousness that you can imagine. In some rare cases, this shift in consciousness happens dramatically and radically once and for all. When it does, it usually comes about total surrender in the midst of intense suffering. Most people, however, have to work at it. Sometimes it happens when you can't do anything. You surrender, and when you surrender, you truly experience this. But we are here talking about permanent thing. So when you had your first glimpses of the timeless state of consciousness, I hope you all have practiced this, you begin to move back and forth between the dimension of time and presence, right? First, you became aware of just how rarely your attention is truly in the now. But to know that you are not present is a great success. That knowing is present. So if I'm knowing, getting to know that I'm not in the present, I was not in the present from last 1 hour, that knowing is present. So now I'm present, right? I can make changes. And imagine I would never get to know that I am not in the present. How will I change it, right? So even if initially it only lasts for a couple of seconds of clock time before it is lost again. Then, with increasing frequency, you choose to have the focus of your consciousness in the present moment rather than in the past or future. And whenever you realize you had lost the now, you're able to stay in it not just for a couple of seconds, but for longer periods as perceived from the external perspective of clock time. So before you are firmly established in the state of presence, which is to say, before you are fully conscious, you shift back and forth for a while between consciousness and unconsciousness, which means between the state of presence and the state of mind identification. You lose the now, then you return to it again and again. Eventually, presence become your predominant state. For most people, presence is experienced either never at all or only accidentally or briefly or rare occasions without being recognized for what it is. Most humans alternate not between consciousness and unconsciousness, but only between different level of unconsciousness. So this is a journey. For a few seconds, we will be in the present, then we will go back to the mind identification, either in the past or in the future. Then we have to again bring it back slowly and steadily. We will get a hold of it, and this will become our predominant state of being in the present. So we have to be very patient with ourselves because this is the skill. The neuroplasticity does not happen overnight. It takes time and effort and attention and awareness. Okay? Ordinary unconsciousness and deep unconsciousness. So author is saying for most of the people do not really, most of the time they are unconscious. They do not, never are in the present, but different level of unconsciousness, behoshi. They do not really know what they are thinking, right? So ordinary unconsciousness and deep unconsciousness. So the seeker says, what do you mean by different level of unconsciousness? As you probably know, in sleep, you constantly move between the phases of dreamless sleep and dream state, right? Similarly, in wakefulness, most people only shift between ordinary unconsciousness and deep unconsciousness. What I call what I call ordinary unconsciousness means being identified with your thought process and emotions, your reactions, desires, and aversions. But we already talked about. It is most people's normal state. In that state, you run by the egoic mind and you are aware of and you are unaware of being. You do not really touch that I am a being, I am a soul, a spirit, a light, right? It is a state not of acute pain or unhappiness, but of an almost continuous low level of unease, discontent, boredom, or nervousness, a kind of background static. You understand? Everything you understood? That this is like almost continuous. This is not a phase, continuous, like a background static. It means background noise होती है ना कभी कभी. Similarly, it's like he's saying it's like a background static. It's always there. Always boredom, nervousness, discontentment, unease. You may not realize this because it is so much a part of normal living. Just as you're not aware of a continuous low background noise, such as the hum of an air conditioner until it stops, right? So when it suddenly does stop, there is a sense of relief. Many people use alcohol, drugs, sex, food, work, television, or even shopping. We can add to it reels, social media, Netflix as anesthetic, anesthesia, पता है ना, anesthetic behoshi, in an unconscious attempt to remove the basic unease. We all have been there, right? But for most of the people, this is like continuous. Okay, I'm bored of watching reels. Let's go watch a movie. Let's do social media, web series. Go out, talk to people. Let's have alcohol. Let's have drugs. Constantly unconsciousness. Like it's like anesthesia. They just want to be numb, like a zombie, right? So when this happens, an activity that might be very enjoyable if used in moderation, becomes imbued with the compulsive or addictive quality, and all that is ever achieved through it is extremely short-lived symptom relief. No solution, short-term feeling little high, then feeling equally low after some time. The unease of ordinary unconsciousness turned into the pain of deep unconsciousness. So these small, small things they become the reason of suppression. What is happening? They were on the surface, and slowly, when we are doing it again and again, like I talked about neuroplasticity, it is going in the unconscious phase, like it is going in the back of the mind, which means this is becoming automatic now. This is becoming natural now. This is like suppression. So, what is going to happen? A state of more acute and more obvious suffering or unhappiness when things go wrong. When the ego is threatened or there is a major challenge, threat, or loss, real or imaginary, in your life situation or conflict in a relationship, it is an intensified version of ordinary unconsciousness, different from it, not in kind but in degree, which means this has become unconscious. So, what is happening when things go wrong, which means like in a relationship, a fight happens, a disagreement, or something on the traffic happens, or anything, it can be anything, a friend. What is happening now? All that which was piling up will intensify. It will come like a volcano. And then you will realize that I have not been like that. इतना कहाँ से आ रहा है? I have not experienced, I do not really know from where this all hatred, negativity, suppression, all that negativity is coming, because this ordinary consciousness is going in the unconscious, in the background, and it is just piling up, and that is waiting for things to go wrong so that it can erupt. So in ordinary unconsciousness, habitual resistance to or denial of what is creates the unease and discontent that most people accept as normal living. In ordinary unconsciousness, day to day life, habitual resistance to or denial of what is. There is a habitual resistance of what is. What is means, let's say somebody uh, did not follow your advice, let's say your kids. So, this is the situation. And this is what it is, right? This is how things work. But we have a constant denial. We have a resistance. Yes, a क्यों है? Why this is happening? Why they do not listen to me? It creates the unease and discontent that most people accept as normal living. चलता है ना, इतना तो रिलेशनशिप में चलता है, लाइफ में चलता है बोलते हैं. When this resistance becomes intensified through some challenges or threat to the ego, it brings up intense negativity. So when this resistance becomes intensified, which means some bigger challenge comes up. Okay, day to day kids are all okay, but something bigger, which is more challenging to the ego. Ego, not self-respect. We feel this is a threat to my self-respect. Self-respect can never be threatened, right? Ego gets the threat that maybe I will get insulted, maybe they will say something, create some rumors about me to other people. It's a threat. So what is happening? It becomes intensified. The reaction become intensified because you need more protection. Ego feels you need more protection. Otherwise, there is a threat, right? So anger, acute fear, aggression, depression, deep unconsciousness often means that the pain body has been triggered and that you have become identified with it. You understand? Something has triggered, and though all that thing which you were carrying inside, deep buried inside, it will just start coming out. Physical violence would be impossible without deep unconsciousness. Some people get um, hostile to physical violence. That is not possible in ordinary thing. That is, it means pain body has been triggered and it all is coming out. It can also occur easily Whenever and wherever a crowd of people or even an entire nation generates a negative collective energy field. If the environment is so negative, it can happen there easily. So the best indicator of your level of consciousness is, this is very important. The best indicator of your level of consciousness is how you deal with life's challenges when they come. Through those challenges, and on an already unconscious person tend to become more deeply unconscious, and a conscious person more intensely conscious. You can use a challenge to awaken you, or you can allow it to pull you into even deeper sleep. The dream of ordinary unconsciousness then turns into a nightmare. This next paragraph is very important. I have um, shared it in the status also, and I have highlighted this also. Just take that print out, because this is going to hit hard. This is, कहते हैं ना, this is going to hit home. If you cannot be present even in normal circumstances, such as when you are sitting alone in a room, walking in the woods, or listening to someone, then you certainly won't be able to stay conscious when something goes wrong, or you are faced with difficult people or situation with loss or threat of loss. You will be taken over by a reaction, which ultimately is always some form of fear, and pulled into deep unconsciousness. Those challenges are your test. Only the way in which you deal with them will show you and others where you are as far as your state of consciousness is concerned. Not how long you can sit with your closed eyes or what visions you see. How you react, you have to be very, very honest with yourself. How I react with everyday things. And if I can't stay present when there are no challenges in day-to-day life, even while sitting, even while attending a session, even while listening to somebody, if I can't be in the present, then I won't be in the present. It's impossible to be conscious, to be aware, to be present that in those difficult situations. Practice again neuroplasticity. We have to create right now when there are no situations. Those situations, people, are your test. Doesn't matter you wake up 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., or throughout the day you sit with your closed eyes, you get good vision. That's very good. We have to do. But ultimately, if we want to check what is my level of consciousness, then just check how I deal with everyday things. Do I have do I consider other people? Am I compassionate enough? Do I wait for my turn patiently? Or, I just break lines? Or I become impatient if I have to wait for somebody for 10 minutes? Do I, do I enjoy being in the present, or just think about all these things? Why they are late? Why this? Why not? Simple as that. This is what we have to do, right? So this is my test. Please copy paste it somewhere, or physically just paste on the notice board. It is very, very important. So it is essential to bring more consciousness into your life in ordinary situations when everything is going relatively smooth. In this way, you grow in presence power. It generates an energy field in you, and you grow and around you of high vibrational frequency. No unconsciousness, no negativity, no discord or violence can enter that field and survive, just as darkness cannot survive in the presence of light. When you learn to be the witness of your thoughts and emotions, which is essential part of being present, you may be surprised when you first become aware of the background static of ordinary unconsciousness and realize how rarely, if ever, you are truly at ease within yourself. On the level of your thinking, you will find a great deal of resistance in the form of judgment, discontent, and mental projection away from the now. On the emotional level, there will be an undercurrents of unease, tension, boredom, or nervousness. Both are aspects of the mind in its habitual resistance mode. Okay, so can you relate to this? First thing is think about it. There is always some form of judgment. If you are not in the present, when I was not in the present, there were always judgments. Whenever I used to see people, अरे ये कैसे है, इन्होंने क्या पहना है, ये कैसे बोल रहे हैं, कैसे दिख रहे हैं, इनको पता नहीं है क्या. Judgments, complaints, cribbing, cry, comments, and discontent. ऐसा क्यों है, वैसा क्यों है, always resistance and undercurrents of unease. We will realize how much unease it is to be with yourself. Boredom, nervousness, both are aspects of the mind in its habitual resistance mode. So I'll go through this next paragraph quickly. What are they seeking? Carl Jung. Carl Jung was a very famous psychologist. If we have not read his any book or any quotes, I recommend you do that. He, I have read many his books. One of the book is Man and His Symbols, and it is the level is little extra. So be careful about first make some ground, then you can do that. But he has many other books also. So Carl Jung tells in one of his books of a conversation he had with a Native American chief who pointed out to him that in his perception, most white people have tense faces, staring eyes, and a cruel demeanor. He said they are always seeking something. What are they seeking? The whites always want something. They are always uneasy and restless. We don't know what they want. We think they are mad. The undercurrent of constant unease started long before the rise of Western industrial civilization, of course, but in Western civilization, which now covers almost the entire globe, including most of the East, it manifests in an unprecedentedly acute form. It was already there at the time of Jesus, 2000 years ago, and it was there 600 years before that at the time of Buddha, and long before that. So actually, it was 25 years ago on an all total. Before that, everything was very good, but 2500 almost years ago, that's why Buddha was there, and he said that you have suffered a lot. And Jesus asked his disciple, can anxious thought add a single day to your life? And Buddha taught that the root of suffering is to found in unconstant wanting and craving. So resistance to the now as the collective dysfunction is intrinsically connected to loss of awareness of being and forms the basis of our dehumanized industrial civilization. So author basically trying to say is that we have forgotten that we are a being and we have to be in the present from last almost 2500 years ago, and the result of it is almost every human being has that kind of psyche. Freud was Sigmund Freud again was a very famous psychologist, psychiatrist. Freud, by the way, also recognized the existence of this undercurrent of unease and wrote about in his book Civilization and its Discontents. He told this But he did not recognize the true root of unease and failed to realize that freedom from it is possible. But we are understanding right now. This collective dysfunction has created a very unhappy and extraordinarily violent civilization that has become a threat not only to itself but also to all life of people. So relatable, right? So dissolving ordinary unconsciousness. So how can we free of this affliction, this dysfunction? Make it conscious. Observe the many ways in which unease, discontent, and tension arise within you through unnecessary judgments, resistance to what is, and denial of the now. Unnecessary judgments, resistance to what is. You understand what is means? That what is happening, don't judge, don't resist, just let it flow. This is how it is. And denial of the now. Denial of the now means, again, mind identified going in the past or in the future. Anything unconscious dissolves when you shine the light of consciousness on it. Getting angry, sad, fearful, tension, anxiety, depression, aggression, addiction, all these are unconsciousness, darkness, simple. And how it is going to dissolve when you shine the light of consciousness, peace, happiness, bliss, present, power, purity, love, compassion, joy. It will automatically dissolve. Once you know how to dissolve ordinary unconsciousness, the light of your presence will shine brightly and it will be much easier to deal with deep unconsciousness whenever you feel its gravitational pull, right? However, ordinary unconsciousness may not be easy to detect initially because it is so normal. You understand? Make it a habit to monitor your mental emotional state through self observation. Am I at ease at this moment? Is a good question to ask yourself frequently. Konsa? Am I at ease with mm, am I at ease at this moment? Just check. Or you can ask, what's going on inside me at this moment? Be at least as interested in what goes on inside you as what happens outside. We are very much interested in people's life, what is going outside, what is happening, who is winning. Are kaun jeet raha hai? IPL kaun jeet raha hai? Be as much interested what goes inside you, what happens outside. If you get the inside right, the outside will fall into place. When things change inside you, things change around you. Primarily, primary reality is within, secondary reality without. But don't answer these questions immediately. Direct your attention inwards. Take your time. Have a look inside yourself. What kind of thoughts is your mind producing? What do you feel? Direct your attention into the body. Is there any tension? Do I feel any tension in my body? This is what grounding is. Once you detect that there is a low level of unease, the background static, see in what way you are avoiding, resisting, or denying life by denying the now. So, what is it which I need to accept? What is it which I need to resolve? How what my mind is creating? See it, face it. Don't hide away from it. Don't resist. Don't escape. Don't start go. Don't start to go and watch something on the TV or social media. No, face it, confront it, dissolve it. Otherwise, it will not go away. There are many ways in which people unconsciously resist the present moment. I will give you a few examples. With practice, your power of self observation, of monitoring your inner state, will become sharpened. So, freedom from unhappiness. Do you resent doing what you are doing? Resent, you understand? मतलब you feel like नहीं, I don't want to do that. I don't feel like doing it. Resentment, है ना? It may be your job, or you may have agreed to do something and are doing it, but part of you resents and resists it. Are you carrying unspoken resentment towards a person close to you in a relationship? Do you realize that the energy you disseminate is so harmful in its effect that you are in fact contaminating yourself as well as those around you? It's a very big responsibility. Have a good look inside. Is there even the slightest trace of resentment, unwillingness? I don't want to do that. I I can't say that I don't like this behavior in this person. I'm not able to share it, express it, but I am holding on to it. If there is, observe it on both the mental and emotional levels. What thoughts in your mind creating around this situation? Okay, it can be like why this person is like this, why they do not listen to me. I do not want to do this. They are making me doing it. What thoughts in your mind creating? Then look at the emotion. What is body's reaction to those thoughts? Feel the emotion. Feel it to heal it. Feel the emotion. Am I am I at ease? Am I feeling some anxiety, some fear, some anger? If you ask yourself, you will find it. Something is not right. Some kind of fear is there. Some kind of tension is there. Does it feel pleasant or unpleasant? Is it an energy that you would actually choose to have inside you? Is it an energy that you would actually choose to have inside you? Do I want to feel fearful? No. Do you have a choice? Do I have a choice? Yes, I have a choice. What choice I have? Resolve it. Resolve means take it, see it in front of you, observe it, resolve it, rationalize it. Maybe you are being taken advantage of. Maybe the activity you are engaged in tedious. Maybe somebody close to you is dishonest, irritating, unconscious. That's okay. Maybe this is the reason, but all that is irrelevant. Whether your thoughts and emotions about these situations are justified or not makes no difference. They are doing like this, they are not honest with me, so I have to get angry. It is natural that I will feel fearful. That is not relevant. Is it justified or not? That is not relevant. The fact is that you are resisting what is. It's as simple as that. What is the fact? बात सिंपल सी है कि आप रेजिस्ट कर रहे हो जो सिचुएशन है. It can be overburdened. You can be, we will find the solution of it. Or maybe the person is not honest with you. They are manipulating you. That's okay. We will find, go to the solution of it. But first thing first, I am resisting to what is. You are making the first present moment into an enemy. You are creating unhappiness, conflict between the inner and the outer. Your unhappiness is polluting not only your own inner being and those around you, but also the collective human psyche of which you are inseparable part. Let me hold you for a while. Let's say you have a situation, the your partner is not honest with you, or in job, you don't want to do that. Your boss is giving you so much work and not really giving you the credit or salary. This is the situation. But we have to find the solution. But I am resisting what is. I am creating unhappy thoughts. I am creating conflict. And that is not healthy for my mental health. I will go to the solution of it. I will think about it with peace. But unhappiness, discontentment, unease, conflict is not a solution. And I'm creating this vibration spreading to the whole world. And this is what has happened to the whole world. They all have become so discontent. That's why they are harming other people through killing them or hurting them. There are so many heinous negative actions people do, and I am being part of it just because I am not thinking peace. I am not thinking calmness. The pollution of planet is only an outward reflection of an inner psychic pollution. Millions of unconscious individuals not taking responsibilities for their inner space. Either stop doing what you are doing, speak to the person concerned and express fully what you feel, or drop the negativity that your mind has created around the solution, and that serves no purpose whatsoever except to strengthen a false sense of self. Either talk, either stop doing, leave it, talk, just drop the negativity. Try to go to the solution part of it. Don't pollute your inner self, your outer self, people, and the whole world. Recognizing its futility is important. Negativity is never the optimum way of dealing with any situation. This is the crux. Negativity, being angry, sad, fearful, is never the solution. In fact, it makes things worse. In fact, in most cases, it keeps you stuck in it, blocking real changes. Anything that is done with negative energy will become contaminated by it and in time give rise to more pain, more unhappiness. Furthermore, any negative inner state is contagious. Contagious समझते हैं जो स्प्रेड हो जाती है जल्दी स्प्रेड हो जाती है Unhappiness spreads more easily than a physical disease. Through the law of resonance, it triggers and feeds latent negativity in others. Unless they are immune, that is highly conscious, and people are not highly conscious. So are you polluting the world or cleaning up the mess? You are responsible for your inner space, nobody else is. Just as you are responsible for the planet. As within, so without. जैसे अंदर वैसे बाहर. If humans clear inner pollution, then they will also cease to create outer pollution, right? So this thing we have to understand, and we have to understand that, um, okay, we will cover the rest of the pages tomorrow. We'll stop now. Let me talk about it for 5 minutes, then we'll ask the question. This is what we do here in Brahmakumaris also. We do serve through mind. We also believe totally what the author is saying is that reason of all kind of unconsciousness, negativity is because so many people are out there who are not taking responsibility of making themselves conscious. So we have to spend our time, energy in all those things. This is the law of karma. There are so many negative things happening in this world. Do you agree? And I believe none of us wants it to happen, be it if people are killing each other, if people are putting other people in human trafficking is there, child um, child pornography is there, and we all are responsible for it. We all are responsible for it. Why we are responsible? Because whenever I have created negative thoughts, again, reason, justification doesn't matter. If you say that it was justificable, this person did this or that, situation was like this, it really does not matter, because I have to take up the responsibility that I will not create anything negative for myself, because this spreads like a virus. It makes more people negative. Let's say somebody somewhere, let's say in any country, in Bulgaria, let's say, because of us, maybe that person either is about to do something wrong to anybody. Maybe he's sitting and planning killing somebody, hurting somebody physically, emotionally, sexually, I don't know. And because of our negative thoughts, that person is feeling low because collective human consciousness, and will do the wrong thing. And on the other hand, let's say I send the vibrations of purity, peace, joy, consciousness, light to that person. That person maybe was unconscious, but he will get some kind of thought and will not do the wrong thing. This is the power we hold. We are not just transforming ourselves, we are trying to transform this whole world. It is going to take some time, it is still going to take some efforts, and you know what? It is going to take some sacrifices also. So, if you ask me, I don't watch any of the things. I don't go to parties. Many of my friends call me. I don't go there. They say, "Just have fun." No, it's just a match. It's just something. We have something bigger in our life to do. We all have the responsibility to clean this mess, which we all have been part of. Don't say that someone else has done that. We all have done that. I have that responsibility of doing that. So I can't waste my time doing the things, spending my time in petty issues. No, I don't have that time. This much power I have. We have to be aware of it. We have to understand it, and we have to spend our time, our day accordingly. Right? So, becoming conscious, if you become conscious, you not only help yourself, you help others, you help the whole world. You help the whole world. Okay? So be very, very mindful about it. So this practices, these spiritual practices, meditation, 7 days course, and reading these books, elevating books, help us create a better world. It will remove all the darkness first from the inside of our mind and then throughout the world. You know, it will happen slowly, but one tree can start a forest, one candle can light the whole world, one person can also change the whole world. We just have to keep believing and keep working towards. Okay, so let let me ask you two questions, if not three. Then we'll do the 2 minutes meditation, what we have to do throughout the day, and then we'll take a leave. Okay, so let me change the setting that everyone can start their video. And let me ask you the first question. The question is, the author has discussed in length about ordinary and deep unconsciousness. So, what do you mean by that? How has this raised your awareness and helped you identify and acknowledge your level of consciousness? Why it is important to be present even in normal circumstances? So, there are two questions to it. And as promised, Sister Rana is there. We would unmute her and please turn on your video also and reply to the first question. What is the difference between ordinary and deep unconsciousness?
Okay. Om Shanti.
Om
And
Shanti.
thank you for the explanations. I don't know if my voice is clear or I can join from the home.
Sorry, your voice is not that clear.
Okay, just a minute.
Hmm.
Mm, Maybe I can join from the phone. Let somebody answer and then I will join. Sorry.
Yeah, let's give her some little time to get things sorted out. Till the time, who wants to share this first question? Anyone? Are you ready? Okay. Yes, you can.
Okay, Om Shanti. Uh, Thanks for the explanation. It's very helpful. It's very important to notice if we are unconscious in the normal activities in our life. Because when we increase these moments of consciousness, we can not be in the deep unconscious if there is a big challenge that is coming to us. So we have to know that everyone is have has like ordinary unconsciousness. So not to be in this deep unconsciousness, we have to work on ourselves, and just as you said, to help everyone on the planet, because we can do it, maybe they can't do it. So we start by ourselves, and we increase the awareness in everybody, in everyone that we know, and with our vibration we can help them. So first we have to be like notice our emotions, notice our thoughts process, how we are being, are we unease, at an unease or discontent, are we resisting something, denying something. We have to accept this moment fully and try to change our thoughts. If we can, we want to solve a problem, we can solve it, but peacefully, in a good when we are really peaceful, and then the solution will come out. So this is maybe and how to identify our level of consciousness is at these times, at the challenge times. Are we really unconscious? Do we have some thoughts of anger or whatever? So we know these things, not to increase the violence in the world, and to decrease this as much as possible. Thank you.
That's so wonderful, so beautifully explained. Yes, so it is our responsibility and we have to do it diligently, in very peacefully, happily, but we have to do that. Okay. So, yeah, we understood about ordinary and deep unconsciousness. If we won't take care of ordinary, it will keep going to that deep unconsciousness, and things will not go my way. It will all come out, and the intensity will be very big. So, the next question, do you feel resentment and resistance to a particular situation or a person? As the author suggests, you are responsible for your inner space, nobody else is. So, how can you monitor your inner state? Stop resonating to these feelings and drop the negativity that your mind has created. So, do you feel resentment and resistance to a particular situation or a person? Yes. Shashi, would you like to answer in the English? Anyone? No one? Okay. Yes, Anika.
Om Shanti, am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. So sorry, could you just repeat the question, please?
Do you
It's to do
feel
with,
resentment and resistance to a particular situation or a person?
yeah. Yeah, I guess that does happen, that we do feel resentment, because there are things that are said that we, hold on to. And
Yeah.
yeah, so sorry, what was the rest of the question? I've just lost track actually.
So you author says that you are responsible for your inner space and nobody else is. So how do you monitor the your inner state? How do you stop resonating to these feelings? Like he said that that is irrelevant. If something is wrong, somebody is not doing right or unconscious, that's justificable or not, that is not the question. The question is that you're responsible for your inner space. So how do you maintain that? How would
Exactly.
you
So
do
as
that?
you Yeah,
Hmm.
exactly. So, as you said, we are responsible for our own feelings. So, even if there is resentment, we basically don't have to resonate to it and not identify ourselves with what others think about us. So, just constantly, being more aware of our eternal self and what we are, and not, getting too engrossed in others, what do they think, and just be more conscious of what we are. So I think that is the way it will be.
Yes, so true. Because as author says that getting negative is not going to help you. Feeling negative will not create solutions. It will make things worse, actually. So we have to be aware of all those things, that being peaceful, and I am responsible and I have a bigger responsibility. Don't get fearful. Feel good that I have the power to bring a change to this world. I actually have that power. So
Also, I
take
feel
that.
self love. Sorry, I'm just into. I think this is where self confidence and self love comes in as well. That you're not dependent on any validation or what others think about you. You have to be so. You have to have that sense of completeness in yourself, so that you don't look for that validation outside. That's
Yes,
when it won't really affect you what others think about you. So constant self-love, self-awareness is very important.
yes, I give myself the love I'm looking for. I give myself the acceptance I'm looking for from the outside. This creates a very good, conducive environment to bring a change in myself.
Yes.
Okay,
Thank you.
so
Thank you so much. Thank you.
yeah, so thank you so much. We will wind up today's session little earlier because we have to start practicing this also because it used to get 4:30, but we have to practice winding up by 4:15. Let's take 2 minutes. Let's do 2 minutes meditation and then we'll take a leave and we'll meet tomorrow. Okay. So, yes, task for today till 3 p.m. I am responsible for what and how I feel. I am responsible for what kind of thoughts are running in my mind. I am the creator of my feeling. I am a responsible soul, a powerful soul who always creates the vibrations of peace, love, purity, acceptance, joy to the whole world. I am conscious and my consciousness is raising everyone's consciousness. Everyone is becoming powerful, honest, clean, pure, happy. I go deeper into the now. I touch. I go deeper into my real self. See yourself, visualize yourself. You're diving deep into the ocean, like you're going deep into your mind, your unconscious mind. The light is shining there now. The light of being present, of being soul conscious. All the darkness is fading away. And this peace is radiating to each and every cell of my body, healing it, cleaning it, rejuvenating it. And I am so fearless, so powerful, living each day to the best of my potential, to the best way of helping myself, others. I will not indulge myself in any of the unconsciousness. Om Shanti. Thank you so much, and I'll see you tomorrow, 3 p.m.